Good evening, fellow YouTubers. Welcome to Mr.V's Impression Theatre. Today I'm reading you The Sleep Book by Dr. Seuss, read by Jimmy Durante. The news just came in from the country of Neck that a very small bug by the name of Van Vleck is yawning so wide you can look down his neck. It may not seem very important, I know, but it is. I am so bothering in telling you so. Oh, a yawn is quite catching, you see, like a cough. It takes just one yawn to start all the yawns off. Now the news has come to some friends of Van Vleck's are yawning so wide you can look down their necks. At this moment right now, under 7 more noses, great yawns are in blossom. They're blossoming like roses. Says the yawns from one little bug are still spreading. According to latest reports, it is spreading across a wide field through a sleepy night air. Across the whole country, toward every which where. People are gradually starting to say, I feel rather drowsy. I've had quite a day. The creatures are starting to think about the rest. 2 Biffa bomb birds are now building their nests. They do it each night. And quite often I wonder how they do such a big job without making a blunder. But that is their problem, not yours and not mine. And the point is they're going to bed, and that's just fine. Sleep thoughts are spreading throughout the whole land. The time for nap brushing of teeth is at hand. Upon Herkimer Falls, where the great river rushes, and crashing down crags and great gurgling gushes, the Herkimer sisters are using their brushes to. Those falls are just grand for toothbrushing beneath the. If you just happen to nop away with your teeth.
Just grand.
The news just came up from the castle of Crop. The lights are going out and the drawbridge is up. And the old drawbridge drawer just said with a yawn, my drawbridge is drawn, and I'm going to stay drawn until the milkman delivers the milk about dawn. I'm going to bed now, so nobody better come around with a special delivery letter. The number of sleepers is steadily growing. Bed is where more and more people are going. In Culpeper Springs, in the Stilt Walkers' Hall, the Stilt Walkers' stilts are stacked on the wall. The Stilt Stacker Walkers are calling it a day. They're all tuckered out and they're snoozing away. Hey, this is very big news. It's important to know. That's why I'm bothering to tell you so. Oh, way out west in the town of McKed, and the Ickle Horn Honking Club just went to bed. And every horn has been quietly hung on a hook for the night, and in its private Icker Horn nook. All this long happy day they've been honking about, and the Hicker Horn honkers have honked themselves out, but they'll wake wake up quite fresh in the morning, and then they'll start right hick-a-horn honking again. And everywhere creatures are fallen asleep. The collapsible Fink just collapsed in a heap. And by adding a Fink to the others before, I am able to give you who's asleep score. Right now, 40,404 creatures are sleeping happily, deeply in slumber. I think you'll agree that's what's a whooping fine number. Counting up sleepers, just how do we do it? But really quite simple, there's not much to it. We find out how many, we learn the amount by a audio-tally-o count. And on the mountain halfway between Reno and Rome, we have a machine in a plexiglass dome, which listens and looks into everyone's home. And whenever a new sleeper goes flop, it jiggles and lets out. It's a new pickle ball drop. Our chap counts the balls that they go plop in the cup. And that's how we know who's down and who's up. Do you talk in your sleep? It's a wonderful sport. I have news of this sort brought to report. The world champion sleep talkers, Joe and Mo Redzorf, have just gone to sleep, and they're talking their heads off. For 55 years now, each chattering brother has babbled and gabbled all night to the other. And they talk about laws, and they talk about gauze. They talk about bars and floors. They talk quite a lot about good old Sandy Claus. The reason I'm telling you this is because you should take up this sport. It's just fine for the jaws. Do you walk in your sleep? I just had a report of an interesting news of this popular sport near Finnegan Finn. The sleepwalking group is a sleepwalking group that which it not only walks but walks on a hoop. Every night they go miles. Why they walk such a length that they have to keep eating just to keep their strength. Every so often they put down their hoops, stop hooping, and do some snooping for soup. That's why they are known as the Hoop Soup Snoop Group. Sleepwalkers, too, are the Curio Candals, who sleepwalk on the hills with assorted-sized candles. The Crandalls walk nightly in a slumbering peace, in spite of the slight burns of hot-dripping grease. The Crandalls wear candles because they walk far, and if they wake up, they can see where they are. Now news just arrived from the Valley of Vale that the Chippendale Mop has just bitten his tail. Which he does every night before shutting his eyes. These such nipping sounds silly, but really it's wise. He has no alarm clock, so this is his way to make sure he'll wake up right at the right time of day. His tail is so long he feels no pain till he nips. This nip makes the trip and gets to his brain. Exactly 8 hours. The Chippendale Mop will last feel the bite and yell, ouch, and wake up. Mr. and Mrs. J. Michael Knox Oaks have just gone to bed near the town of Fort Knox, and they, by the way, have the finest of clocks. I'm not at all sure that I quite understand just how that thing works with one extra hand. It doesn't tick-tock as how it goes is tock-tick. But because I do know this clock is one very slick trick. So the clock is the ticks in its tucker and the tucks in its ticker save a lot of time, and the sleep's quite quicker. What a fine night for sleeping! That's from all that I hear, the best night for many sleepers, many a year. Yeah, they even fall asleep at wee back motel. And people don't usually sleep there too well. The beds are like rocks, and everyone knows the sheets are too short, they won't cover the toes. So, if people are actually sleeping there, it's a great night for sleeping. It must be the air. It's a great night for snores. I just had a report of some boys who are tops of the musical sport. The snoriest snorers of all Fairland are the snorter McPhail's ale, and is not a snort bat or a snort band. The band can snore Dixie and old Swami River. They're so loud they can make a 40 elephant shiver. The loudest of all these boys is McPhail. He snores with his head in a 3-gallon pail. So they snore in caves 20 miles out of town. If they snore or closer in, they would snore the whole town down. Do you know who's asleep out in Funa Laguna? Two very fine Funa Laguna baboona. We've added them to our who's a sleep account, which has grown to a really amazing amount. About 80,808 creatures sleeping now. Ain't that great? The Jeb is in his bed, and the bed of a Jeb is the softest of beds in the world, it is said. He makes it from pom-poms. He grows on his head, and he's sleeping right now on the softest of fluff, totally exhausted from growing the stuff. The news has come in from the district of Dorf that too oft are asleep and are sleeping aloft. How do they sleep off the ground? I'll tell you, they weighed last week, and I weighed one last week, and I just found that an oft is so light weighs -1 pound. Really clever, ain't it? The moose is asleep. He's dreaming of moose drinks. The goose is asleep. He's dreaming of goose drinks. That's all well and good when a moose dreams of moose juice, and nothing goes wrong when a goose drinks goose juice. Dreams of goose juice. But it isn't good when a moose and a goose start dreaming of drinking the other one's juice. Moose juice, not goose juice, is juice for a moose, and goose juice, not moose juice, is juice for a moose. So when a moose gets a mouthful of juices, when goose gets a mouthful of the juices of a moose, and a moose gets a mouthful of the juices of a goose. They all fall asleep in their beds screaming screams. So I'm warning you, don't drink in your dreams. And speaking of dreams, I think you should note that the Bubble Tub Club are now dreaming afloat. Every night they go dreaming that coming down the Bubble Tub Creek, except for one night, every third or fourth week, when they stop for repairs because the bumble tubs leak. But tonight they're afloat, full of dreams and bliss. That's why I'm bothering to tell you this. At the fork of the road on the Vale of Avode, 50-foot weary salesmen lay down on their loads. All day they've raced around in the heat at top speeds, unsuccessfully trying to sell Zizazoof seeds, which nobody wants because nobody needs. Tomorrow will come, they'll go back to the chore, they'll start on the road, Zizazoofing once more. But tonight they've forgotten their feet are so sore, and that's what the wonderful night time's for. Everywhere creatures have shut up off their voices. They've all gone to bed in their beds of their choices. Their beds are in bushes, their beds are in crannies. Some are on their stomachs, some on their fatties. They're all peacefully sleeping in comfortable holes. Some even sleep in soft-tufted barbershop bowls. The number of sleepers has now passed 1 million. The number of sleepers is now in 1 million. Now sleepers on step, on strings and on floors, in mailboxes, ships, and keyholes in doors. Every worm on a fish hook is safe for the night. Every fish in the sea is too sleepy to bite. Every whale in the ocean turns off his spout. Every light between here and our foodle is out. And now adding up things, we are way beyond billions. Our who's asleep score is now up to 1 zillion. 99 zillion, 9 trillion, and 2 creatures are sleeping. So, how about you? And that concludes this episode of Mr.V's Impression Theatre. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all next time. Good night. And may the good Lord take a liking to you.